Have you ever felt like your body's stuck in survival mode? Let me know if you've ever experienced a cluster of any of these. Maybe you're exhausted, but you can't actually relax. Your mind never seems to slow down. You're having a hard time focusing. Maybe your digestion is all of a sudden off. Your hormones are all over the place. You're experiencing mood swings, starting to have acne breakouts, or you have a general sense of constant unease and anxiousness. We often think of these symptoms as completely separate problems, but sometimes they are connected to one system, the nervous system. Hey Herbmates, if you're new here, I'm Alicia LaBeouf, the Red Boot Gardener and clinical herbalist. And today I'm coming to you from my apothecary to go over herbs that can help you nourish and restore your nervous system, as well as help you understand your body as an interconnected system instead of just a collection of isolated symptoms. Because when we start looking at patterns, instead of just chasing symptoms, a lot of things start to make a lot more sense. Today, let's talk about one of the biggest patterns I see in working with clients, the nervous system. So let's start with what the nervous system actually does. Your nervous system is constantly asking just one question. Am I safe? When it perceives danger, whether it's a real emergency, chronic stress, lack of sleep, emotional overwhelm, illness, or even years of burnout, it shifts gears. So simply put, we have the sympathetic nervous system, which is when we are in fight, flight, freeze, and fawn response, versus the parasympathetic nervous system, which our body shifts into when we feel safe. That is the rest and digest state. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. No real healing happens when you're in fight or flight mode because it's not a priority. Healing occurs when you are in the rest and digest state. When you shift into rest and digest, that's where we start to see regulation of hormones, better sleep, better digestion, better nutrient absorption because of better digestion, improved tissue repair and immune function. So you can see why it is so important we spend more time in that state than we do in fight or flight. And if you're experiencing chronic burnout or nervous system dysregulation, it can have a cascading effect on your entire well-being. So what does nervous system dysregulation or chronic burnout actually look like? Well, this is the piece that is actually quite surprising for many people. Things like trouble sleeping, brain fog, digestive issues, sugar cravings, which I want to circle back to in a little bit, even blood sugar destabilization, anxiousness, hormonal shifts or imbalances, feeling overwhelmed, or feeling really wired even though you're not necessarily taking a lot of caffeine, or a general sense of exhaustion even when you're getting adequate sleep. Now, does nervous system dysregulation cause every health problem? No, absolutely not. But your nervous system absolutely does influence every single organ system in your body. That's one of the reasons why I spend so much time helping clients understand nervous system regulation alongside herbal support. Because when your body begins to feel safe again, it becomes much easier to support and balance everything else. Going forward, instead of just chasing your symptoms, like, man, I'm so exhausted, I want you to start looking at your whole body as a system. So when I work with my clients, I often ask questions that help me illuminate the patterns behind the symptoms. Questions like, how's your sleep and digestion? What's your energy like throughout the day? Are you usually warm or cold? What are your food cravings? How do you respond to stress? All of those seemingly unrelated details really start to paint a picture. And that's the same kind of detective eye you should have in your own health. Those patterns can help guide and inform you to what herbs are best for you individually. Because two people can both be experiencing nonstop anxiousness, but walk away with two very different herbal protocols. Because you have to remember, we're always taking care of you, the individual person, and not just the symptoms. One of my absolute favorite herbs for a depleted nervous system is milky oat tops or Avena sativa. Now, the rest of the herbs on this list have some nuance. I'm looking for certain patterns when I'm selecting those herbs, but milky oat tops is almost universally beneficial to most people. I will say it is important to note I'm not talking about the oatmeal that's in your pantry. Milky oat tops are harvested during a very specific stage of the plant's life. Actually harvested before the oat seed is fully developed. It has a milky liquid or latex that is the pre-formation of the oat. That's where they get their name, and that is the stage herbalists traditionally harvest them for medicine. What makes milky oat tops so special is that it's actually considered a tropho-restorative for the nervous system. That simply means it's not just calming the nervous system for the moment, it's actually helping to nourish and restore it long term. So anytime someone's talking to me about chronic stress over a long period of time, where they're explaining burnout, milky oat tops is one of the first herbs that always comes to mind. Unlike some other herbs that really just sedate the nervous system, milky oat tops actually feeds it. They're incredibly nutrient dense and provide B vitamins that support energy production and nerve function. It also has minerals like magnesium and iron. Now look, I know I say that word funny, iron. I don't know. My husband says I sound like a pirate, but I know you know what I'm saying, iron. It helps to support healthy muscles and nervous system activity, along with amino acids that help contribute to neurotransmitter production, which circles back to that brain fog we were talking about earlier. I truly think of this herb as helping to rebuild from the inside out. And remember, when we nourish the nervous system, we start to see a cascading effect on all the other systems. Traditionally, milky oat tops have been used as a gentle tonic to support heart health, cholesterol, and nourish your endocrine system. This is especially critical during times of prolonged stress or hormonal transition. Think about postpartum or even perimenopause. Milky oat tops is a great herb to lean on during those times. It is truly a no-brainer and is the first herb I grab when I'm dealing with chronic burnout or severe nervous system dysregulation. Now, you often hear people say things like, I have adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is a bit of a misnomer because your adrenals are not fatigued. You are fatigued from the amount of adrenaline you are using to get through your day. Milky oat tops, again, comes in clutch for the person who runs on adrenaline or has a chronic stress response. And one thing I really love about Avena sativa or oats is that you can use multiple parts of the plant. So milky oat tops is deeply nourishing to your nervous system. The oat straw can be used as a daily infusion. It's also nutrient dense. You can drink it as a long infusion, and it is nourishment again to your body and your nervous system. And then let's not forget that oats are a food, and food is always our first medicine. So every part of the plant, at least the aerial parts, are beneficial to your nervous system. The next herb I reach for often when thinking about nervous system support is Tulsi or holy basil. Tulsi comes from Ayurvedic medicine, and it is considered a rasayana, meaning it's a rejuvenating herb that's traditionally been used to support vitality, resilience, and aging. It's also an adaptogen, which means it helps your body respond better to physical, emotional, and environmental stressors. Now, adaptogens don't stop stress from happening. Life is always going to be stressful, but they do help support a healthier stress response so that your body doesn't stay stuck in that high alert, fight or flight stress response long after the stressful event has occurred. That's why when someone tells me they are constantly on, Tulsi is one of the first herbs I think of. It's really great for the person who has a racing mind and feels like they can never truly relax. For lack of a better term, the profile of a person that usually really benefits from Tulsi is someone who carries tension in their shoulders and jaw. Maybe they get enough sleep, but they never really feel restored. And the slightest inconvenience can elicit a really outsized response. Think of it as being on edge, overstimulated, and then one little thing happens and they have an outburst or a meltdown. General overwhelm. What makes Tulsi special is it doesn't really just fit into one category. It is actually also a nervine. It being a nervine, it really does calm the nervous system, but it doesn't overly sedate it. I always think of it as just a steady, clear, calm energy. For many people, it creates a sense of being more centered and not necessarily sleepy like some other sedatives do. Next is passion flower or passiflora. And this one is great because nervous system dysregulation doesn't always look like exhaustion. For some people, it looks like being busy, being very busy or productive. For example, You have a long day. You do all the things, you get up, you take care of your kids, you go to work, you come home, you make dinner, you're maintaining the household, you do all the chores, and then you lay down and you can't turn it off. Your mind is still going. You're thinking about all the things you have to do tomorrow. You're rehearsing conversations that haven't occurred yet. You're playing out a bunch of scenarios. You have like what people call like monkey mind. It's going, it's going, and it's going, and it's going. It's racing. That is where passion flower really shines. Passion flower is another nervine that is particularly good at supporting an overactive or restless nervous system. It's great for the person that is physically exhausted, but mentally they just can't turn it off. When our nervous system stays in a heightened state of awareness, fight or flight, it becomes conditioned to constantly scan for problems. Even when we're safe, even when we're tired, even when we know it's time to rest. It is conditioning. That is, again, why I like to pair herbs with practical nervous system regulation techniques so that you can actually downshift your nervous system and nourish it at the same time for long-term change. For the person that is actually getting plenty of sleep, but they're still not feeling rested, passion flower is usually a great ally. However, I have seen it's not always the right one. That's where this next herb comes in. So next up I have skullcap or scutellaria, and I think it is a great example of how different nervous system patterns can present in different people. So some people may not have that nonstop cerebral part that I was talking about with passion flower, but they still feel like they're on edge. They're startled easy. They carry tension in their shoulders and neck. Generally speaking, their muscles all feel very tight. They're just a very tense person. It's a little bit of a different profile than what I explained with passion flower. They may feel restless, fidgety, and they just can't settle down. You see how it differs from passion flower? Passion flower is very much a mental restlessness. Skullcap is more for a physical restlessness. The best way I can describe a person that really benefits from skullcap is they have their sensory dial turned all the way up. Skullcap is such a great relaxing nervine for this. It's traditionally used to help calm an overstimulated nervous system and ease nervous tension. It really helps the body soften out of a constant state of vigilance. It is great for someone whose body has basically forgotten how to relax. So given the different profiles, sometimes I recommend passion flower, sometimes I recommend skullcap, and in some instances, I actually combine the two. The fifth herb I wanted to mention today is lemon balm. Melissa officinalis. Now I could talk all day long about herbs that help support your nervous system because there are many, but I wanted to make sure I honed in on a select few that are easily accessible and easy to incorporate into your life. And that's why number 5 is lemon balm. Lemon balm is one of my favorites because it is easy to find, easy to grow, and easy to incorporate into your life. You can drink it as tea, you can chop it up and add it to your salad, or you can take it as a tincture. It's just one of those herbs that fits so beautifully into almost anybody's daily routine. The lemon balm is a gentle nervine that does help calm the nervous system, ease stress, and gives you a general feeling of relaxation. It doesn't tend to be overly sedating, so it's great for daytime use. And because we've been talking about patterns where we see nervous dysregulation maybe in our mind with passion flower, in our body with skullcap, lemon balm is really great for the person who carries that stress in their stomach. That person that when they feel stressed or anxious, they start to feel butterflies or a tightness in their stomach. Maybe their digestion starts to be off when they are in times of stress. That person specifically benefits from lemon balm. When I talk to someone and they explain they're in a chronic stress response, but also have things like bloating, indigestion, butterflies in their stomach, or tightness, lemon balm is one of the first herbs that comes to mind. You have to remember that the nervous system and the digestive system are in constant conversation through what is called the gut-brain axis. So again, when you support your nervous system, you are also supporting your digestive system as well. This is exactly why I don't believe in a one-size-fits-all herbal protocol. Two people that are both explaining feelings of unease and restlessness can leave with two very different herbs. Choosing the right herb truly depends on understanding you, the person. If you're ever looking for a personalized approach to your wellness, I do work one-on-one with a select number of clients each month. As a clinical herbalist and a holistic practitioner, my goal is to help you understand the patterns your body has been showing you, as well as create a personalized herbal plan that helps support you bringing your body, mind, and spirit back into balance naturally. If you would like to learn more about working with me, I will leave the link in the comment section as well as in my bio. And if you take nothing else from this video today, I want you to understand that your body is a system, not a collection of symptoms. If you found any of this video helpful, please like and subscribe so we can continue to grow, harvest, and heal together.